Hi, good morning. This is Andrew Lalo, the President. Wow, and thank you very much for joining us again with our webinar. I think this is something that we had, a lot of people that wrote to me on various webinar. They think that it was very helpful to help them to better understand what is pre-diabetic, diabetic, why high blood sugars really affect them, why they need to exercise, why they have lowered their weight, and so forth and so forth. So I think this is really actually helping many people throughout the world. Now, interesting thing is, this is really good. A lot of people say, hey, the place where they are staying, like for example, United States or in South Asia countries, wherever they're staying, they said really at the end of the day, they don't get a lot of people talk about really helping them how to lower the blood sugar, educate them so they empower themselves, they can able to, you know, uh, make themselves with a better health and control the blood sugar, control the blood cholesterol and their blood pressure. So net result, they can be healthy. So they actually went out to, like for example, usually in a website, but on the other hand, it's kind of complicated, not easy to understand. And many of my clients are also could be elderly, so they thought they want something simple and so they can easy to pick up and understand. So that's why we kind of structure now from now on and out, all our lecture will be easy to understand, no, big words, so we can really capture, what we talk about and how it can help you. Now, today's subject is really interesting because a lot of people say, hey, I don't know. When should I exercise? Should I do it in the morning? Should I do it in the afternoon? Should I do it at night? They were really wonder when is the best time. Now, actually, there is something that help you today to better understand when is best time to do exercise. But the most important, you gotta do exercise. Now, you don't do exercise, well, actually, then you really can lower your blood sugar or you can continue to gain your weight and so forth. And really, you need to have some kind of commitment to do that. Now, on the other hand, a lot of people in what I know, a lot of times that they say, I don't have time or I'm too busy, or, they will come up with all sort of reason they can't do it. So, but if you can actually do it and started with 15 minutes and later on 20 minutes and then a half an hour, you're gonna end up, man, you'll be a different person in, after you start doing this almost an hour exercise per day, you will be a total different person. And that's what we thought that maybe perhaps with today some webinar, you can able to better get an insight why this is so important. So shall we start? All right, so I'm going to move my lectures here. Yep, I'm sure you guys see the lecture now. Okay, wonderful. So today we will talk about what is the best time of the day to exercise for a healthy blood sugar. And that's to me, it is important. You gotta start to plan this in your daily activity. So let's take a look. So today we'll introduce why you have to do exercise, why daily, how your body affect your blood sugar. In a sense, that is actually kind of daily clock in your body, and they will have a certain time will affect your blood sugar. So whether in the morning time you do exercise good or whether evening or afternoon, so how do you match, after all your meals that you take and then you get your exercise? And so we're gonna get you some easy tip to fit your exercise into your daily routine and how low shooting can help you. We'll talk all about that today. So today will be a very good webinar. Now, in the event you want to really say, hey, I want to review all the previous webinar, you definitely can do that. This is the link, https www.youtube.com at CTT English. And then so that way you can actually see all the webinar that you want to look for. And later I'll give you a link later on. You can also see that. So it will be really good. You want to review it, I can do that. Now, today I have a lot of people that I don't know in my webinar page. So I know some of these are young, new people comes in. So every time I have my webinar, I always do a sort of catch up to let people know from you got to go through 4 stages before you can actually go to become a diabetes, and everybody go through pretty much the same. The first thing is your LDL, your bad cholesterol start going up, and they damage the B cells coming out from the pancreas, and the B cell damage, then you're gonna have not much sugar go back to the cells, rather the sugar will circulate in the bloodstream. So more and more sugar goes up in the bloodstream, and then your LDL cholesterol mix up with the blood sugar in the bloodstream, your blood will become thick. And when the blood thick, and then that's the problem you're gonna start. You're forming plaques everywhere. And when the plaques form, now you're gonna move to stage 2, because when the plaque form, your vessel will have less space, so blood pressure start going up. Now, at this time, you're not gonna have any pain, nothing, and your blood pressure goes up. You don't feel anything until you actually go up to see a doctor or you measure yourself. Now, if you continue the same lifestyle, no change, continue to eat the same type of food and no exercise, your weight continue goes up, your age continue to go on, very quickly, you move yourself down to what they call stage 3. It's called pre-diabetic. And pre-diabetic, how they know you're pre-diabetic? Very simple. They will measure the percentage of sugar attached to hemoglobin. Everybody have hemoglobin cells. And if you are 5.7% and lower, you are a normal person. If you are 5.7 to 6.4, you know what? You are pre-diabetic. Now, unfortunately, pre-diabetic, doctor will have no medication for you, and they will find out you're pre-diabetic, and 80% of people who find out pre-diabetic are also all total surprised. So when that happens, the people will, the doctor will say, hey, you are pre-diabetic now. You have to really change your lifestyle. You have to change your diet, low carb, low fat. You have to exercise, lower your weight. I usually tell you that. But unfortunately, majority of the people, they hear that they have no pain, nothing that will affect them. So they really have no motivation to really change. Or even if they want to change, they'll do a couple months and stop. So net result that something can really help you is called low sugar tea, a tea that will help you definitely on your blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure. 3 high. It's not a drugs. It's only a food. Basically, I'll tell you a little more later. Is a tea drink actual herbal tea drink can actually help you to lower your 3 high, which is very important. Now, if you don't do anything, at the end of the day, 2 to 3 years, you will convert the HbA1c will continue to go up from 5.7 to 6, eventually 6.4, and over 6.4. Now you become a diabetic. Now, once you're a diabetic, you will continue moving up. Doctor will get a medication, and you cannot convert back because your record will be a diabetes. So net result, your medical insurance might go up. All kind of things will record you are diabetic, so you will have all kind of negative effect, and then as you move on, your health wise. So you don't want to go on that boat. You want to go on, make sure you don't go over your A1C, do not go over 6.4. But you take works. I tell you, that range is from 5.6 to 6.1. You go up and down in that range. But the key is lower than 6.4 continuously, and that is the objective. Now we talk about low sugar tea. Why low sugar tea? It's not a drugs. It's only a tea. Inside there are 2 things. It's called guava leaves. The first thing to help to delay the absorption of sugar into the vessels, so that way there's less sugar in the vessels. The second thing, they have bitter melon. Bitter melon help to increase insulin sensitivity, so they take the sugar back to the cells. And additional, the best thing is bitter melon. They also take the sugar, excess sugar, dumped out in urine, and the excess LDL cholesterol and salt dumped out in urine. So net result, your 3 high will come down. Cholesterol, blood sugar, and your blood pressure. When the salt get off, then your blood sugar. Plus, they help you detox. Wow, that is so wonderful. Now, we don't just say, hey, drink low sugar tea. We have a program which really teach you how to exercise, dieting, what kind of food is good. And we have 377 lectures on YouTube to help you to educate, so you can see it on your own time. Very simple. You look at this one, is called https://www.youtube.com at ctteslowsutea/video. So this is the website you want to look at. You can take a picture now, so that way you can able to actually get back into YouTube to look at the lecture. There are 377 lecture for you to look at anytime at your free time. Now, certainly we have exercise program also in this website here, or this YouTube series in there. You walk 8 to 10,000 step. How do you decrease your weight, which is your BNI, we really lower from 30 to 23. Because a lot of people have BNI over 30. And so net result, if you over 30, definitely your blood sugar can go up, your blood pressure go up, and also your blood cholesterol go up. If you lower to 23, all those three will go down. So net result, that also will help you. Plus, we have every week a free webinar for you to better understand how to control your weight, blood sugar, and cholesterol. Plus, we have a program to also teach you how to daily track your blood sugar tracking. Plus, you can have marking to say, okay, now you have how much blood sugar, what you eat, and basically also write down the weight and how many steps you have done. So all that thing is very easy. You can able to look at it all the time. So you'll be motivate yourself to continue to do the kind of things to help you improve your health. Really, at the end of the day, is the most important. You can able to, motivate yourself to continue the program that you've been done, and your blood sugar and your health will be really improved. I saw a lot of my clients who have A1C more than 10+%, and they drop it down to between 5.7 to 6%. They're all way into that range. And the key I saw them they're being successful is because they really took the effort. In other words, they really control your diet. They really control. They also go exercise. 10,000 steps a day. They really lower the weight. Matter of fact, many of them has lowered the 10% of the weight. The A1C dropped 1%. So many of them even went 20%. And when that happened, man, whoa, wow! I saw a different person came along. And plus, they listen to the webinar very, very religiously every week. And plus, they track the blood sugar. So this really a wonderful thing when I see them really doing it. Wow, their health is tremendous improved. And my some few of the client was telling me that because what we taught and learned and so forth, now they have better control with the blood sugar, and they don't take that much pills. And some of my clients has to take metformin 2,000 milligram per day. Now they only take 500, and some even off metformin. Now this is like 20 years diabetic. Really impressive. I'm so surprised, and I'm so really gratified, because these people are truly helping themselves, learning themselves, empowered, and wow, their blood sugar really gone down. So I was very happy they can continue to do that. Now, so let's talk about the main topic now. Why blood sugar matter to you? Now, certainly blood sugar is important. It gives you energy. You cannot have too much or too little, because if you get too much, you have problem. Too little also feel problem. Now, if you have too much or too little, you will still feel many different things. First of all, you might feel tired. If you too much, you get gain weight. And if you get too much, you definitely will have diabetes, because the blood sugar continue goes up. Imagine the sugar and the cholesterol mix together, blood become thick and will start clotting everywhere. And then that's the problem with your diabetes. And you may also clog up your heart, so you have heart problem. And the blood sugar cells, the molecule, you have continue to get the kidney to filter. Pretty soon your kidney goes go overstress the kidney. Eventually, kidney will gonna get problems. So you have a kidney problem. You end up with dialysis. So damage your kidney. Plus, nerve damage, and this is real. I saw many of the clients who have nerve damage. Now, after you get the nerve damage, you cannot reverse. They cannot feel the hand. They cannot feel the toe. All that they cannot feel. So they have no pain sensation. So if they're injured, they don't know. then the foot become gangrene and they have to cut off the foot. Wow, man, that was terrible. So I have a client I saw before, because she doesn't take good care of her toe. As you're diabetic, you really gotta wear socks and wear shoes. And the yard, a twig got into her toe, and she didn't know about it, and eventually she had to cut off her whole foot. And so, really, I don't want you guys, any of us, you, to really get into this dilemma. So, plus you have all the other health problem, like memories. I don't know, you have relatives or friends, they come back and say, "Hey, have you eaten yet?" They ask you about 30 times in the last 10 minutes. They can't remember, they just talk to you. And many of them, as time goes on, they will be so forgetful. They basically will not want to go out. Everything is so dark, for example, they just cannot remember. It's a fear, anxiety. I think it's really take away your whole better life. So really think about blood sugar is so important to you, because if not, you will end up to be that. Because once you got to that stage, it's very difficult to reverse. So while you're healthy, keep that in mind and keep going it. Okay. So you might ask, well, how do you affect your blood sugar? Okay, blood sugar very important is what you eat. For example, you continue to eat a lot of high carbs. What is carb? Like white bread, white rice. Those are terrible sugar carbs that will get into your bloodstream and spike your blood sugar high. Or drink bubble teas. A lot of young folks love bubble teas. I have an engineer who came in, his eye was blurred. And he said, "Hey, do I have short sighted?" I said, "No, your blood sugar is so high, you might have to go see a doctor to check your eye." And he has his eyes was being damaged. And you can see his eye with all the vessels everywhere and cholesterol leaking out. It's damaged the eye. And he was able to save one eye, other eye is permanently blur forever. So 40, 50 years old, you have a blurry eye for the rest of your life. Oh man, you don't want to be in that case. So really, at the end of the day, what you eat is so important. So dieting is so important. Low carb, low fat diet. If you can do that, man, you'll be very healthy. And that's what you got to do. And we teach you how to do that. And also you sleep, how you sleep. For example, a lot of people actually surprising, like in Hong Kong, a lot of people sleep very late. They only sleep 3 to 4 hours. When you sleep less, your body will have continuous stress, a lot of stress. You receive less and less of stress. So a minimum, you have to at least 7 to 8 hours sleep. 7 to 8 hours sleep. So that way you are not able to boost up your blood sugar while you're stressed. Because when you're stressed, the body will give you sugar, prepare you for war. So you will more stress. You don't sleep, the stress will go up. Now I just talk about stress. If your daily work is very stressful, you have to get some stress relief exercise like meditation, yoga, do deep breathing, exercise. All these things is help you decrease stress. Now, when you're less stressed, your blood sugar will not kind of goes up, your blood pressure doesn't go up. So net result, you will get a better health. So exercise every day is so important because that will decrease your stress. You burn up more sugar, so your blood sugar goes down. So this is what we're going to talk about today. More about why exercise is so important. Now, how exercise help you to lower your blood sugar? Okay, certainly when you're moving up and down, you actually already start lowering your blood sugar and also help you to use your insulin better and also keep your heart and muscle very strong. Now, if you are 60 years old or 65 years old, you start decreasing your leg movement. Your muscle on your leg is called atrophic, meaning that it starts shrinking. And you're going to start losing strength of your muscle. And pretty soon you don't walk anymore. At 80 years old, you're not going to be able to walk. And you don't want to do that. You want to continue to walk, even 80 or 90. You got to keep walking. Even with a stick, you got to keep walking because walking will give you all the better health. You improve your sugar, improve your insulin, and also improve your heart. And then if you say, I cannot walk that well, fine, no problem. Get a step master. It's the same thing. You can step down, up and down. Half an hour, you got 300 calorie burn up. And then you use a barbell, you do this, and then you do it for 50 times. 50 times, you know what? You just lost 300 calories. And on top of that, you expand your lung and then also got your heart pump better. And that will be something that you got to do all the time. And what is your body actually has a rhythm, can basically continue just like a natural clock. It control your sleep and awake time. Like for example, you basically every day. How come every day I woke up at 6:30? Because your body already have a clock. Actually, when you sleep at 10 and you wake up at 6:30, you'll wake up at 6:30 or 6 o'clock. Whatever you set up that time in your mind, your body will react and will do the kind of time that you will wake up. You don't even need alarm. And that is important. And top of that, control the hormone. And also your body also at the same time using the system also control your sugar. Because when you're ready to go up, you know what? The body give you sugar and ready to go fight, 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 fight. So the question you have is, hey, when should I do my exercise? Do I do it in the morning, night, and afternoon, or whatever? Okay, so there's pro and cons for you to look at. First, you do morning exercise. The pro is that your morning exercise is a good routine and you got energy. And then if you start off, you can go, do exercise very quickly. And also may help you lower your fasting food blood sugar because of the fact that you haven't had food and now exercise, you burn up more sugar, right? However, on the other hand, your muscle might be still feel very stiff because you're not moved. And on top of that, a lot of people complain that in the morning they are very busy. So I can't do it, man. I'm so busy in the morning. I have to take care of the kids, or I have to cook, or do all kind of things before you go to work. So all the people thought that while morning is not good to do exercise because they're busy, and the muscles are really stiff, and they really need a lot of things to warm up. So it is good and also is bad. So we can talk about it and you can think about later. And then you have the next one is how about evening exercise? Now evening might be really good because now you after dinner you're gonna take a stroll after meal and your muscle already warm up because your whole day activity is there. Now that is a very good. And later I show you what the study shows you and which is really better. But it's your choice. Is the key is you gotta stick to it. That will be the key. And a not so good part is usually you feel tired after dinner. Oh, I'm so tired. I don't feel like doing anything. And then the key is you don't want to do exercise just before you sleep. So you have at least a couple hours before you go to sleep, you have to exercise. Because if not, it might affect your sleep. And that is not a good thing. So in research, it showed that afternoon, evening exercise actually are better to lower your blood sugar. In other words, after dinner, you do walk half an hour to 45 minutes. That is really help you to lower your blood sugar. If you do it in the morning, it's still good. But the best time is the key is you stick to that time. In other words, if every day I will do my exercise in the evening after dinner, or stick to that. So net result, you have a routine and you want to continue to be in this routine and doing your exercise, and that would be the best. It's not just you do it like because okay, I'm doing it, like in the morning and sometimes I do it in the evening. That's not so good. So you should stick it up just every time it's the evening or afternoon, whatever you decide to schedule. So really at the end of the day, what is the best for you? So you have a daily schedule where my exercise is actually in the evening. And when I eat, I also usually at 6 o'clock, I always eat my dinner. Then 7 o'clock, I do my evening walk. And really, at the end of the day, you got to choose the best activity for you. So that way you can stick to that. And you can stick to that, you actually in a better position to even lower your blood sugar more, effectively. On top of that, you have to pairing with the meal and also exercise. And really don't forget to drink low sugar tea because remember you have to drink 2 cups of low sugar tea in the morning and 2 cups in the afternoon, lunch, before lunch, after lunch, 2 cups. And then you have 4 o'clock, you have one more cup. And then evening, dinner, before dinner, after dinner, one more cup. And just 1 hour before sleep, you have one more cup. So total 8 cups. So why are you going to do this? Because basically the first cup of low sugar drink is basically slow the sugar to enter your bloodstream. And the second cup, while you're eating it, actually increase the insulin sensitivity, bring the sugar back to the cells. The excess sugar will dump out through urine and cholesterol and also salt dumped out. And that result, your cholesterol go down, your blood pressure go down, and also blood sugar go down. So drinking those shooty gotta be part of that routine. And when you drink those shooty, basically the whole day you can drink as little as 1500 cc all the way to 2000 cc, up to you how much you want to steep one bag. Some people now choose I only steep that for 700 cc per that bag, and then next bag I steep with also 750 cc. The reason is you have to have certain amount of volume of fluid, 750 cc, so you can have enough fluid to dilute your blood and also have enough fluid to flush the sugar, bad cholesterol, and salt out of your body. So imagine if you have enough, you don't have enough fluid, it is not as effective to flush out all the three items: sugar, blood cholesterol, and blood pressure. Now, another thing, you want to do a short walk after lunch or dinner. So that way you can able to really burn up more sugar. And this way you can basically do definitely help you to use your shoe better. And even 10 to 15-minute walk will be helpful. And then eventually, if you after dinner, go up to 30-minute walk and even 45-minute walk. So all these things will be help you to continue to become better for you. Okay, so really at the end of the day, you really say, okay, the exercise idea is if I do exercise, what do I do? Do I need to go to the gym? Now, really, you don't need to do that. Exercise, not necessarily go to the gym because you can walk. It's very simple. You can go to walk in a shopping mall, you can walk in the neighborhood. So that is really simple to do this walking. Now, also, you can do stretching exercise. You can do at home stretching. If you want to, you can even do dancing. You can light weights exercise, and also you can even a chair exercise. Nowadays, in website, in internet, it show you all kind of way of do chair exercise, which I thought was pretty good. Now, if you really in a place that hey, I really can't go out that often because of snow, whatever, buy a step master. A step master costs you $50 US. In Hong Kong, it costs 300 Hong Kong only. You can just step master and carry a barbell. As you just do this, and do this 50 times, it'll burn you 300 calories. And also you can still do, you can do still sweat and do exercise. So you can do that. So you can do the time that you want to, but the exercise can also coordinate together with you after meal. Now, the key here is you have to stay consistent. So you have to set yourself a reminder, like after dinner, 7 o'clock, you finish dinner, or 7:30, you start setting a reminder, okay, 7:30, I'm going to take a walk. Okay. And it's great to find a buddy, find your wife, your friend, your male friend, whoever you work with, and walk with them. And you gotta keep it short and simple, and you gotta make it fun. Now, a lot of people wrote to me and say, "Hey, was Andrew is so good that now you tell me to go to walk in shopping mall, and you know what? I have so much enjoyment. I see the fashion design. I don't buy anything. I just walk." And you kind of start, enjoy the air condition. Some people walk open one more and say, "Wow, this is so good to win." And people from Hawaii go down to Lamar Center. It's so good to walk around. So just do that. Or you walk around the neighborhood. So you can do all that. So you make it consistent to do this exercise. So there's some common question they ask. So they said, "Hey, can I exercise after dinner?" And certainly, yes. It is only short 10 to 15-minute walk and start off. And after that, go into 30 minutes to 45 minutes. It really help you to do your blood sugar, and also it's a great digestion. Now, definitely, can be start off short in time and steps. But as time goes on, if you get down to 8,000 steps or 10,000 steps, that will be excellent. Okay. So another question people say, "Hey, what happened? I'm kind of aged. I got joint pain." Well, no problem. You can do gentle exercise like stretching, yoga. If you have a pool, you can do water activities like swimming and so forth. That will be really good. That will be preventing, the impact of your joint. Now, key if you have joint pain, do not walk downstairs because that will be even make it worse. Walk upstairs, okay. And what is the best time to exercise? Next question is. So really at the end, any time to fit you. Certainly the best is really after dinner because that study show it does actually better utilize your sugar. But really important concept here is consistency every time you do the same time, and that will help you. And do you really another question is, do you need to exercise every day? So exercise is important to do every day. Most important, at least you have 30-minute exercise, and even just simple movement will do. As I said, if you like a lot of people here is in the snow areas because snow coming back, I can't go outside, it's too cold. Well, buy a step master. It's only $50. You can do this with the barbell and go up and down. And when you do it at 50 times, you will feel your breathing's better and you can really get better every day. And you can do this while watching TV, enjoy your music, whatever. But you can do it. I know you can. So at the end of the day, drinking low sugar tea is basically there are two things there. The guava leaves delay sugar absorption in the bloodstream. And also you have bitter melon increase insulin sensitivity. So the sugar will go back to the cells, and excess sugar, bitter melon will be dump the sugar out through urine and dump the cholesterol out and dump the salt out. So when salt go down, your blood pressure will go down. So that is the three high will go down. So you resolve your high blood sugar, your blood pressure, and your blood pressure and bad cholesterol. So really in conclusion, exercise do help control your blood sugar. And time of day to matter, yes, the key is consistency. It's not necessarily what time. The key is you will do it every day. If you're evening and do it every day, go do it. That's the best. But certainly if you're in the morning, that's okay too. But the key is every morning do that. You need to choose a time that's work for you. And you got to do that every day as I mentioned. And you have to move daily and you have to eat smart. What that means smart is every half of the plate is all greens. And 1/4 is your protein, which is fish, lean meat, but not red steak and a lot of fats. And the other 1/4 is your starch will be red rice, brown rice, not in the sense of white rice. That's not really good for you. And that will help you to feel much better and much healthier. And you will find yourself, wow, I'm 70 years old, but I'm looking younger than 70, like 65 or 60. And you keep yourself to continue to be healthy. So today's lecture will be all talk about helping you to learn how to be really better control your body and help you to be exercise to lower your sugar, pressure, and sugar, blood pressure, and blood cholesterol. Will be so wonderful. All right, so this is today's lecture. I hope you can continue to really think of a program, work on it every day. And one more thing, drink no tea. If you have any question, write to me, Andy at WAHFONG, Andy at wafong.com, or WhatsApp me, 852-6792-8891. 852-6792-8891. So you can WhatsApp me. I would love to answer your questions. And a lot of the audience actually do write to me, and they found that whatever the question they have, we answer them back. They really enjoy that. And we'd like to continue to engage with you. All right, take care. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and exercise and be healthy. Start out small, but you will do it.